Love is in the air. Or is that just hormones? Either way, this video I'll be showing my top 5 games to play on date night after this. Hey there, it's Theo from Geeky Gamer Guy. On this channel I do all things board games from top 5 lists of a specific topic. Psst, like this one. Playthroughs, reviews, to how to play is called Peep Plays, where my shirt disappears and I expose the full rules of the game at hand. So if you don't want to miss out, think about subscribing. Alright, house is clean.
Check.
Food is made.
Check.
And shower is taken.
Check.
Now all you need is entertainment for an evening of fun. These games are a nice amount of light strategy to break the ice, be it for your first date or your 1000th. Note, while all these games play fantastically with just 2 players, they can also be enjoyed with more, making it totally poly-friendly. Bonus! First up, let's head back to school. Not just any school, but a Magic Academy that vaguely fringes on the cusp of copyright. That game is Potion Explosion from Horrible Games. Albus Dumbledore, Albus Humblescore, is holding final exams for who can create the most impressive potions. To do this, players will collect ingredients by pulling marbles from the dispenser to complete potions in their lab. Each turn, players will select 1 marble from the dispenser. Afterwards, if they can make 2 or more marbles of the same color clash or explode together, the player can also take those marbles as well. Once a potion is completed, it can be used at any time on a player's turn. There's a variety of potions that are available, like the Balm of Uttermost Stickiness that lets a player take 2 or more adjacent marbles of the same color in the same row, or Sands of Time that lets a player use a previously used potion. After all the skill tokens are handed out, players add up the total points. The player with the most points wins and becomes the Student of the Year. This game is the right amount of challenge and ease, perfect for some friendly competition over mixed concoctions of your own. Next up, we leave the magic world behind to construct kingdoms in Kingdom Builder from Queen Games. Players will build settlements across 9 different terrain types on the board. Before the game starts, players will select 4 sectors to make up the board for the game. Each board has its own unique actions that can be acquired if a player places a settlement next to it, as well as draw 3 objectives for endgame scoring. These objectives help players with where to place settlements during the game. Gameplay is simple. Each turn, the player places 3 settlements according to the terrain card in their hand. At the beginning of the game, a player can place the settlements anywhere by terrain type. But on subsequent turns, if there are settlements in or near the chosen terrain type, the new settlement must be placed there. After placing, discard the terrain card and draw a new one from the deck. Throughout the game, players can get up to 4 additional actions to utilize each turn. Once a player places all their settlements on the board, the game ends. Tally up the number of gold awarded, and the player with the most wins. This game is nice and light, but with just enough strategy. Plus it comes with a variety of objective cards and sectors to keep things fresh. You'll want to play this multiple times, over multiple dates. Isn't stained glass beautiful? With a mixture of different colored glass combining to an awe-inspiring work of art? Well, in Sagrada from Floodgate Games, you can build your own masterpiece worthy to be in any grand cathedral. Players will each try to build the best stained glass window by placing different colored dice. During the setup, players will get a personal objective card and select a window pattern to slide into their window frame player board. These window patterns set the difficulty of how easy or hard it'll be to place dice. The more difficult the pattern, the more favor tokens a player will get. A favor token allows players to utilize tool cards to help them throughout the game. Players will also have 3 public objective cards to work towards for endgame scoring. At the beginning of a round, a player rolls dice equal to 2 players plus 1. Then each player will place 1 die at a time matching the chosen window pattern, matching the colors and values on them. All dice may never be orthogonally adjacent to the same color or value. Players will have the opportunity to place 2 dice per round. Play then continues like that for 10 rounds. After that, players score points for the personal and public objective cards. Whoever has the most points wins. This game flows so nicely and with such ease. It's just the right amount of puzzly goodness to attract both gamers and non-gamers alike. By the end of the night, who knows what you'll be confessing. Dinner is over and it's time to put your heads together. Nothing says date night better than a cooperative game. One of my favorites for a light co-op to play has gotta be Forbidden Island from Game Right Games. Players will attempt to discover 4 treasures. Problem is, the island is sinking, and sinking fast. With each turn, flood cards matching the island tiles will be drawn, flooding that specific tile. So players must move quickly by shoring them up, to hopefully buy time to get enough treasure cards to discover the treasures. Each player has a special power that they can use to bend the rules slightly. Throughout the game, the island will sink faster and faster because in the player deck, not only are there treasure cards, but water rises cards that will put already drawn flood cards back on top of the flood deck. If a flood card is drawn for a tile that is already flooded, it is removed from the game. Lose a tile where a treasure is and the players lose. But if the players can manage to stave off the sinking long enough to get all 4 treasures, they must then make their way to the helicopter pad to leave the island to win. Don't let this game fool you. It looks easy, but those water rises cards really mess up all your plans. Sink or swim, you're in it together. Lastly, let's finish off this list with a spatial puzzle that's just as cute as it is challenging. I'm talking about Bärenpark from Lookout Games. In this game, players will try to build the best bear park. As you may have guessed, it's all about the bears, polar, koala, and goby bears to be exact. At the start of the game, players will have a single park board. They will then want to squeeze in as many animal houses into their park for points. To do this, each time a player places a tile covering a printed picture on the park board, they'll be able to acquire more tiles and expand their park. Sometimes though, there isn't enough room for more houses. Luckily there are playgrounds, food streets, and toilets to help fill in the holes, and keep your customers happy. When a player has filled a park board completely, they also get a bear statue to display proudly and get additional points for. Once a player has filled all 4 park boards with tiles, the last round begins. After that, players count up points. The one with the most wins. I love this game. A date night is sure to be a hit if you include this one. It might be another puzzle, but it feels very different than Sagrada. The rules are very easy to understand, but it still carries some thought to it. Once you get it, I definitely recommend adding the advanced rules that add specific objective cards. It makes the experience even better. This game isn't just bearable, it's sweet as honey. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the picks. Which games do you play during date night? Let me know in the comments below. If you want more, check out what I'm playing over on my Instagram, or come interact with me on Twitter. I'd love to connect with you. Also, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay geeky, keep gaming. At the end of the game, players... Girl. Board completely, they also get a park statue. They get park statues. They get like park statues.